Right, here's the other side of this lovely Columbia record with baritone Clive Carey. Track A is My Billy Boy and track B is The Lover's Task. I love Clive Carey. He became a Sir, he became knighted, but he was a real enthusiast. He sang everything from opera to to folk songs. He was really interested in folk stuff as well, and Cecil Sharp and the revival of the folk movement, and that's what these songs are. He was very involved in reviving songs, and a real enthusiast. And he reminds me of a teacher I had at school. I grew up in King's Cross in central London in WC1, and I went to a school called Argyle School in Argyle Street, WC1. In the 60s we had a teacher. This is kind of in the midst of the 60s revival of folk. Mr. Ken Young, Mr. Young we knew him as, and he was a singer and guitarist, and he was an amazing man, and he could enchant a class. He didn't need his instrument. He could talk the pants off a hind legs off a donkey. It was absolutely brilliant, and he's the sort of guy you never forget. One of those legendary teachers, and he sang beautiful folk songs. He was an absolute virtuoso on the guitar, and he really interested me and enchanted everybody in the school, really. Although he wasn't the official music teacher, he became pretty much the music teacher. And my brother Mark, 6 years younger than me, Mark Clark, he was trained up to scholarship standard by Mr. Young on classical guitar. Mark played a couple of concerts at the Commonwealth Institute in Kensington. Was quite an accomplished guitarist. Unfortunately, Mark sort of lost interest later in life. They sent him off to classes on Saturdays and stuff at the Pimlico School of Music and stuff, and he kind of lost interest. They tried to teach him other things, piano and violin, but Mr. Young had that way of inspiring pupils, and was one of those legendary teachers. Perhaps we all remember that sort of teacher, but believe me, Clive Carey reminds me of Mr. Young. He was that sort of character, I can imagine.
But she is too young to be taken from her mammy. Can she bake or can she brew? My boy Billy, can she bake or can she brew? Pretty Billy, tell me she can brew and she can bake. She can make a wedding cake, but she is too young to be taken from her mammy. But she is too young to be taken from her mammy. Can she cook a plate of fish? My boy Billy, can she cook a plate of fish? Pretty Billy, tell me she can cook a plate of fish. Put her fingers in the dish, but she is too young to be taken from her mammy. But she is too young to be taken from her mammy. Can she make a feather bed? My boy Billy, can she make a feather bed? Pretty Billy, tell me she can make a feather bed fit for any lady's head. But she is too young to be taken from her mammy. But she is too young to be taken from her mammy. How old might she be, my boy Billy, how old might she be? Pretty Billy, tell me she is 1, she is 2, twice 11 or 22. But she is too young to be taken from her mammy. But she is too young to be taken from her mammy. Say, can you make me a cambric shirt? Sing Ivy Leaf, Sweet William and Time, without any needle or needlework, and you shall be a true lover of mine. Yes, if you can wash it in yonder well, sing Ivy Leaf, Sweet William and Time, where never spring's water nor rain ever fell, and you shall be a true lover of mine. Say, can you plough me an acre of land? Sing Ivy Leaf, Sweet William and Time, between the sea and the salt sea strand, and you shall be a true lover of mine. Yes, if you can plough it with one ram's horn, sing Ivy Leaf, Sweet William and Time, and sow it all over with one peppercorn, and you shall be a true lover of mine. Say, tickle of leather, sing I believe, sweet William on time, and tie it all up in a tomtit feather, and you shall be a true lover of mine. Yes, if you can gather it all in a sack, sing I believe, sweet William on time, and carry it home on a butterfly's back, and you shall be a true lover of mine.
Switched off, but lovely record. Amazing to find a record from the 1920s that's obviously been in storage. Perhaps the person like Clive Carey so much he bought several copies and kept them, you know, spare and never used them. And as I say, this singer Clive Carey just so reminds me of Mr. Young. He was obviously a person, an enthusiast, and he was also a teacher. He was a singing teacher as well, and became very famous, Clive Carey, in his circle, and became knighted. Thanks for watching.